All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining. I'm Mike Duffy. I'm VP of Product here at Grasp. And today we have Kelly from CTM, and Kelly's been a key partner, with working with Grasp, leveraging graspANALYTICS, graspDATA on graspPAY. And I asked Kelly if she would be willing to help, tell her story. Kelly, thank you for joining.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't know if I needed to do an introduction or you got it.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Yeah, let's start off with that. Like, if you don't mind, just telling us a little bit of your organization, your role, that'd be
Okay.
fantastic.
Kelly Noftsger, President of Corporate Travel Management. CTM, we spent more than 35 years helping organizations streamline their travel programs with personalized service, innovative technology, and cost-effective solutions. Our focus is always on delivering a better travel experience, and Grasp is a valued vendor and a cornerstone in our technology stack.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. And so, just thinking of, what were your, primary, business goals when you started exploring, solutions like Grasp has, like data, analytics, and pay?
Well, we started with data, and it's been invaluable to our client relations manager and our accounting. Just use it to monitor spend, track savings, manage vendor contracts, and uncovering opportunities with reporting. It's also been essential in our duty of care stack. We recently had severe weather disruptions, and graspDATA allowed us to easily run reports to find where our travelers were, to identify them, to let the travel managers of our clients know, and to successfully and faster get them home. So that was for graspDATA. And then we engaged graspPAY several years ago because our clients were looking for a secure way to support their travelers instead of issuing individual credit cards. So it was ease for the traveler to be able to get to the hotel and not worry about payment. And then it also gave our travel managers transparency and central billing with each transaction. And that made the reconciliation and the financial planning more efficient. And then when you brought along graspANALYTICS, the coup d'etat of all of it, we was able to take visibility to a step further. Clients are increasingly expect us to have a consolidated and actionable insights that helps them guide decision making. And it gives us the ability to deliver that with tailored logins for HR, for finance, for procurement, where they can log in and see the data just for their team, or they can see it for the company as a whole. So it helps us support our clients in giving a more advanced and analytical driven way.
Right. Okay. And so, you're touching on this, but I just want to know, are you also, hearing from, your customers, what were some of the driving factors, to adopt for the adoption?
Well, the on-demand reporting as far as the dashboard was a big ask. So they didn't have to wait and email us and wait for us to get the report back. And they didn't have to navigate complicated spreadsheets. So the dashboard was a huge win. We've been able to demonstrate ROI to our leadership. Travel managers and CFOs needed an innovative way to measure KPIs and saving opportunities to validate their program's strategic value and to their executives. And then we were able to streamline payments and reconciliation. For our largest account, it helped them significantly with their operational resources to cut down on accounting to get that payment to hotels.
Yeah. And then so it sounds like you were receiving requests, from clients in various ways where, possibly some of those were RFPs, I suspect. What were the kind of the pain points that they were asking for?
The biggest pain point, I mean, pain point that alleviated it was really graspPAY. I mean, faxing the hotels, and then the constant fraud with faxing the credit card all throughout the United States, and then the credit card gets security issues and used and having to cancel it and get a new card. So graspPAY allows us to work with the travel manager to be able to determine what we're going to load on the card, what buffer you want from the room rate to the taxes, and to give a buffer to make sure that goes through for the hotel payment. And then the travel manager can decide, do they want to include parking, breakfast, etc. on that rate on the card. We, through a simple GDS format, can get the card loaded to the reservation and it's sent off to the hotel. and then the traveler gets a copy of it. So if there's any issues nights and weekends, the traveler can just show it to the front desk. So there's not after hours issues. And that copy also shows what were included with the amenities. So it alleviated that pain point significantly. And then the fact that the travel manager can log into that portal and do a card on the fly themselves. They don't have to wait for us, and then reconcile it directly themselves.
Amazing. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
And so, that's, when it was up and running. And so, thinking about, how it was implemented, did you roll it all out at once, or, all those products, or was it kind of in phases?
No, corporate travel is kind of an early adopter for travel technology, and we've been a partner with Grasp for several years. So graspDATA, we've had, I don't even know how many years. I know we were one of the first graspDATA accounts, and we have a good relationship with you guys, and I know you have good products and a fantastic support team. So as as you bring products on, you reach out to me,
Yes,
and I
I
love a
certainly
new
do.
product. Yeah.
And I
So,
appreciate it.
yeah, so we onboarded graspANALYTICS as soon as that was available, and then we spoke to you for several months about graspANALYTICS and requesting a dashboard product that clients had requested of us, and you brought that to your team and made that happen. So we brought that on board when that was available.
Awesome. Awesome. So, thinking now of, product usage, and, a lot of folks, virtual card you were an early adopter, in my mind, taking on some of that, that technology and really applying to your use cases. And so some may still, they hear virtual card and they're wondering, what is the typical workflow? Can you describe that? What a typical workflow for you in
I
graspANALYTICS?
mean, you've made it as easy as possible. So, I mean, we have a GDS profile that has, an allotment of virtual card numbers in there. So the agent just goes in and grabs the next card. And then I guess you guys reload cards as they get used, but the agent just grabs the next virtual card number, and it's a simple GDS format to apply that virtual card to that payment. And then through automation, it just goes directly to the hotel, sends a copy to the traveler. It's updated in the portal for the travel manager to see and to make any edits on that end if needed. So, I mean, it's a pretty seamless process.
All right, cool, cool. And then switching gears to, graspANALYTICS, what insights are you extracting now that say you maybe didn't have in the past, anything new?
Our clients are loving the fact that you can see the travel program as a whole, or that you can drill down and do it just by departments, or whatever UDIDs you use. I mean, there's short fields on the side, but that you can give a specific login, like I was telling before, to HR, to procurement, to finance, and they can just see certain reports that you give them, or they can see the company as a whole and drill down that way. But then there's different reports that are great, like one of our travel managers loves there's what if reporting. So what if we changed our travel policy and mandated 14 days in advance or 7 days in advance? And she can play with that and see bottom line how that's going to affect their travel spend. Or, you've got duty of care programs for traveler well-being, who's traveling at night, who's traveling on weekends, who's doing red eyes. Those are great for HR. And then, like I said, with finance, drilling down on what departments are spending what, finance loves that feature of it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so, switching gears back to pay for a moment, how did that streamline either the virtual card issuance or the reconciliation? How did that
Oh,
work?
it took away a whole person's job at a company because they were doing nothing but faxing hotels. And then, of course, calling every vendor when that credit card had fraud on it from faxing all over the place. And then they'd have to call, get a new card, do the hotels. I mean, and the accounting person that had to reconcile those cards loves this product. So it's made life
Mm-hmm.
much easier from the agent, the travel manager, and accounting.
Okay, great. Um, and thinking of, what, improvements that you've seen since you've implemented, the Grasp suite, can you tell us a little bit about that?
And I'm sorry for which one, the grass what?
Yeah, just the overall Grasp suite, the business impact, what improvements have you seen since
Well,
you've added them in?
like efficiency. So everything just runs better. I have no notes here. I mean, it runs better.
That's all good. Have you received any feedback from clients on the change?
Lots. I had one in here. I was going to tell you what. What was her little quote? I don't remember now. She was singing your praises left and right about how efficient it is, and that was about the graspANALYTIcs. How much she loved not even having to call us, that she could pull it up anytime, especially when the C-suite came walking in the door, she could just pull it up and look at it.
Yeah,
Huge fan.
awesome. And were there any surprises, with any of the products?
Just that, overall how easy it was to use at the onboarding process. You build intuitive processes, products. So, I mean, you just log in, there's no long training, there's no virtual classes, that it's very intuitive to use. And the support on it's great.
Okay. And then just basically one last question is, what would you tell any other, companies, considering Grasp? What were some of the takeaways?
Again, I mean, I know I keep saying it, but it's intuitive to use. You are going to onboard it. It's going to work. You've got a great support staff behind you, but it's not excessive training. It's not a lot to learn. You don't have to take virtual classes on a lot of it. So it's plug and play.
Okay. All right, great. Well, I think we've gone through, a lot of the questions here. I'll ask Peter if there is any questions coming in from the group, from the audience. There's some Q&A that's happening there, the questions and answers. So data from TMC versus GRASP, what's the difference? Is there some sort of cleansing, which TMCs do not handle?
It takes your data from TRAMS, and then TRAMS imports into graspDATA, and then there is a cleaning tool where you can clean it up.
Yes, yeah. So we do connect into the TMC back office, and in this case, TRAMS. And yeah, as Kelly mentioned, there is a cleansing process which brings in all that data. We also normalize data, hotel, for instance, that, you can probably, as everyone knows, hotels go by many different names. We'll normalize that into one, so it makes sense.
And there is on login on graspDATA, on that main page, there is like little dashboard vignettes, quick information for the agency to log in and look at.
Yeah.
Separate from graspANALYTIcs.
All right. Well, I think that is it for now. Again, apologize for the technical difficulties. If there are further questions, feel free to ask either Kelly or myself. Happy to answer any questions. And Kelly, of course, thank you so much for participating in this. Really appreciate your feedback. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.